The number one trademark mistake that people make can be easily avoided. But if you do make the mistake, it can be devastating for your brand. And that mistake is choosing a descriptive trademark. Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you're joining me today. I'm Faith Mitton, an attorney on a mission to simplify trademark law for entrepreneurs and business owners so that they can better understand their legal rights. Here you will find tons of free content that will help you learn how to navigate the crazy world of trademarks and to stay on the right side of the law. And I always like to start these videos by making sure I lay a good foundation by explaining what a trademark is so that there is no confusion with any other type of intellectual property. Trademarks are a type of protection that extends to a business's brand identity, the things that help people to recognize the business as the source of certain products or services. The things that are most commonly registered as trademarks include names, taglines, and logos, but that's not all that you can register as a trademark. If you successfully create and execute a marketing strategy that helps people to identify more things as pointing to your business, you may be able to trademark those non-traditional, unique things as well, such as the design of your building or certain scents or colors or sounds or domain names or hashtags. The trademark universe is pretty huge. The main reason why people want trademarks in the first place is so that they can be the it person or the go-to business in their industry or in their field for whatever it is that they do, and so that their customers and clients can easily find them and distinguish them from their competitors. Having legal ownership over your brand identity makes it possible for you to do that by giving you the right to prevent your competitors from identifying themselves similarly to you. But that is if and only if you have not selected a trademark that is descriptive. Descriptive trademarks are made up of words that we all know the definitions for that say something really obvious about the products and services themselves, the company behind the products and services, or the people to whom the products and services are directed. So in other words, there is a very clear logical connection between the trademark and the products and services it is being used to promote. These trademarks don't require a whole lot of imagination to understand. So when you put the products and services next to the trademark, they clearly match, and almost any business that sells those products and services is going to be able to use that trademark. For this reason, these kinds of trademarks are not inherently distinctive. They are not unique in and of themselves. And therefore, if you apply to register these kinds of trademarks with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, your application is going to run into some obstacles, because the USPTO is legally obligated to assess each trademark application and determine whether it is eligible for registration. Trademarks that are inherently distinctive, where the uniqueness of these brands is really obvious, they clearly stand out in their field and in their industry, those kinds of trademarks get on something known as the principal register if the USPTO approves those applications. Trademarks on the principal register have the benefit of exclusivity, the main benefit of getting a trademark, which is to prevent your competitors from identifying themselves similarly to you. Descriptive trademarks, however, don't go on the principal register, at least not immediately from the outset. If you apply to register a descriptive trademark that you just began using, the chances are, if your application is approved, it will get put on the supplemental register. Trademarks on the supplemental register don't have the benefit of exclusivity because, again, we are not going to give ownership over descriptive terms to a single business just because they've applied for a trademark. Other businesses have the legal right and have an interest in using those very same trademarks to promote themselves and their products and services. So what that means is if you do have a descriptive trademark, even if it is ultimately approved by the USPTO, you will have a very, very difficult time enforcing your trademark rights and defending your trademark against infringement because there are tons of other businesses that have the right to identify themselves exactly the same way. So this is why it's best to avoid descriptive trademarks altogether and choose trademarks that are more unique and distinctive. But it's easy to fall into the trap of choosing a descriptive trademark because when you sit down to brainstorm about your branding, the first thing that's going to pop into your head is going to be something descriptive. You have to dig deep and maybe sometimes hire a professional to help you choose something that is more unique and creative. So how can you avoid choosing a trademark that is descriptive? Let's look at some examples of descriptive trademarks and what the characteristics of these trademarks are to get a better understanding, because honestly, it's very counterintuitive and you're going to be like, what? That's a descriptive trademark? Yes, it is. Example one. Okay, this one I'll admit isn't very counterintuitive, but a descriptive trademark is one that tells people exactly what it is that you do. So let's say you are a math tutor and your trademark is teaching kids math. Okay, immediately from hearing your trademark, I have a clear sense of what your service is. This kind of trademark, again, is going to be very difficult to defend against infringement and very difficult to get approved in the US Patent and Trademark Office application process. But a trademark may also be descriptive if it tells people something about the location of your business or where your products and services originate from. So an example of this, let's say that your company sells wine and you're based in New York City and your trademark is New York City Fine Wines. Other New York City businesses that sell wines might also call themselves New York City Fine Wines. Not a very unique trademark, it's descriptive. Fun fact, when it comes to geography, you also want to avoid trademarks that are misdescriptive, meaning if you choose to incorporate geographic locations into your trademark that have no connection to your business or your products and services whatsoever, you will also have a hard time with the USPTO. This is because the USPTO will say that you are trying to mislead your customers by referencing some location that has nothing to do with your business in your trademark. So just avoid locations in your trademarks if you can. Another reason why trademarks may be descriptive is if they tell people about an ingredient, feature, or component of your products and services. So let's say that you are an artist and you make art out of flowers. If your trademark is floral artistry, that's a descriptive trademark because we immediately know upon hearing the phrase floral artistry that there is some connection between art and flowers. Trademarks may also be descriptive because they tell people something about the use or function of your products and services. So let's say that you sell graphic design templates and your trademark is easy logo creation. The idea being that people can purchase your templates to easily create logos. Descriptive trademark. It tells me the desired result of using your service and what I can expect from it in a very obvious way. And we're not done yet. Another reason why trademark might be descriptive is because it tells people about who your clients and customers are or who your products and services are meant for. Let's say that your brand sells maternity clothing. If your trademark is fashionable pregnant mamas, it's descriptive because it lets me know exactly who you're selling your products to. Descriptiveness can also be found in cases where the trademark says something very obvious about the company behind the brand. So let's say that you sell cans of paint and paint brushes and paint thinner and all things paint related, and your trademark is the paint products company. That's going to be descriptive because it says something very clear and obvious about you as the brand owner without being unique or creative. Another characteristic of descriptive trademarks, there are so many, right, is that they try to praise or attribute excellence and superior quality to the products and services that are being promoted under the trademark. A good example of this is the best sleep pillow. If the point of your trademark is to pat yourself on the back, it's very likely that that trademark is going to be found to be descriptive. But what if you're strategic and you try to hide the descriptiveness of your trademark by being clever, such as translating your trademark into another language or putting it in an acronym or using a special font to display it? Those strategies might not work. And the reason for that is because trademarks in foreign languages have to be translated into English. And if the trademark is descriptive in the foreign language, it's also going to be descriptive in English, and vice versa. The acronym thing might not work either because USPTO will sometimes ask you to explain what your trademark stands for, what the acronym stands for, or they might do their own investigation and find potential meanings for your acronym. If the words represented by the acronym are descriptive, it doesn't matter that the letters that you've chosen for your acronym together are not descriptive. The meaning of the acronym is more important than the individual letters. And if you take descriptive language and put it in a special font, that also is not going to be the end of the inquiry into descriptiveness because USPTO is going to look past the stylization and the appearance of the trademark to the meaning of the trademark. So, if you are just getting started with your business or your entrepreneurial journey and you've chosen a descriptive trademark, you might want to reconsider rebranding to select a trademark that is stronger and less descriptive. If you've been in business for a long time though, and you have a descriptive trademark, there is a chance that your trademark could have acquired distinctiveness over your business journey, and people now associate your descriptive trademark with your specific business rather than just a general concept that any other business could use. If that's the case, you may be able to get your trademark approved and on the principal register rather than the supplemental register. But having a trademark registration does not mean that infringement will not occur, and you are going to have a heck of a hard time stopping infringement from popping up because you've chosen a descriptive trademark that lots of people in your industry are going to be inclined to use anyway. This is why I recommend that people run from descriptive trademarks because they are absolutely more headache than they are worth. And after watching this video, you are more knowledgeable about descriptive trademarks and how to avoid choosing them for your business. I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, please be sure to like it and also be sure to subscribe for more trademark content and turn on notifications so that you never miss when I drop a new video. If you have questions or thoughts to share, please drop them in the comments. I read and respond to each one personally, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next video.